Good morning, everybody. Very special day today in my kitchen. If you're watching, I don't like cooking for strangers, so let me know where you're watching from, where you tuned in from on this beautiful Saturday morning, afternoon, wherever you're from. I'm right here live in Texas. Let me know where you're watching from, but it doesn't matter where you are because today is a real special day. I'm gonna let you know why in a minute. What's going on, Rem? Or RLM, Mackie, I see you. Let me know where you tuned in from. Let me know where you're watching. Very special day. OG Solo tuning in from Connecticut. Brooklyn's in here. Milwaukee, Wisconsin's in here. Houston, Texas is up in here. I'm in here from Houston as well. NYC, a lot of New Yorkers in here today. New Mexico, more Brooklyn people. Utah, good morning. Good morning, St. Louis. Good morning, Detroit. What up, though? All right, y'all. No matter where you're at, though, I don't care if you're West Coast, if you're East Coast, if you're out of town, out the country. Today's a real special day because today is National Catfish Day. Did you even know that was a holiday? It's National Catfish Day, and we're celebrating here live in my kitchen. If you're just now tuned in, say what up to the chat room. Let me know where you tuned in from. I don't like cooking for strangers, so let me know where you're watching from so I can welcome you to the kitchen. If you're just scrolling and you're not following, make sure you follow because all I post is fire food content all the time. Also, make sure you go to my site, UncleDibbz.com. Hit the link in my bio for my TikTok. 150K followers, y'all, already. Go to my site and enter the 150K follower giveaway I'm doing next week, okay? So make sure you follow me so you know when the giveaway is. Go to my site, UncleDibbz.com. You see it right here? Just scroll down, and then you're going to get a little pop-up that's going to ask you for your email that looks just like that. Go to my site, put your email in, and you are good to go. And while you're there, grab some seasonings. And this is what I want y'all to do. Use the code Catfish30 right now during this live for the next 20 minutes for 30% off all these seasonings you see back here. But enough with the talking. The code is Catfish30, all caps, one word, CATFISH 30, and you're good to go. But today's National Catfish Day, y'all. So we're gonna be celebrating. I got my mom visiting from Florida. She said she wants some catfish, so I went fishing yesterday and filleted some beautiful catfish fresh out the lake just for her. So we're about to get it cracking here today, y'all. So ingredients, super easy, super simple. Yes, catfish 30, but one word. You don't need any space between catfish and 30. Catfish 30, all right? So just one word. Super simple. I got my fresh catfish here. You can use fish fry if you want. If you don't have fish fry, just do an equal parts mixture of cornmeal and flour. You're good, Barry. I appreciate you helping. Thank you, Kathy. It's all caps. Catfish is all caps, though, okay? I got a little yellow mustard here. No beer batter. We did beer batter last week on that cod for those fish tacos. I'm going to show you how I'm going to do this one, though. Some hot sauce. And put your favorite hot sauce in the comments. We had a little debate last week. I used some Valentina hot sauce. I used some Louisiana Crystals. I got some Frank's up here too. Let me know what your favorite hot sauce is in the comments. I want to do a little poll. People rocking with Frank's. People rocking with Crystal, Louisiana. Taste the blessings. What's going on, man? All right, and then so I went over the hot sauce. And then for flavor, all we're gonna do is bring in that King Creole blend that you can get at UncleDibbz.com. Once again, if you're just now tuned in, it's National Catfish Day. So I'm frying up some catfish right here, live in the kitchen. Just now tuned in, let me know where you're watching from. Also, you can get this seasoning right here, this King Creole blend that I'm using for this delicious catfish I'm making today. Get the code Catfish30. For 30% off all my seasonings, all right? So we celebrate National Catfish Day. Use that code for the next 30 minutes and you're good to go. Catfish30 at UncleDibbz.com. All right, let's do this, y'all. Let's get it going. All right, so first things first, with this catfish, I got my catfish fillets right here. Winder, Georgia, I see you. Louisiana, Tulsa, Oklahoma, North Carolina. What's going on? Any people from Texas? Any people from Cali? Any people from out the country? Let me know. Seattle, Detroit, Maryland, Tennessee, Michigan, Minnesota, Nashville, Alabama, I see you. All right, so we got the catfish right here. What up, Chi-Town? Just a little yellow mustard on the catfish, okay? Then I'm gonna take my hot sauce, Crystals, use whatever hot sauce that you like. I'm gonna throw a couple dashes of that in there because I like that kick that it gives, all right? So we're just creating a little wash right now. Not using any eggs, keeping it egg free. But I'm going extra on the flavor, okay? For that flavor too, just to take things up a notch, because that's how I do it in the kitchen. I'm using that King Creole blend, fresh from my kitchen. You can use this exact same seasoning. All you gotta do is go to UncleDibbz.com, use that code CATFISH30 for 30% off, and you can cook it like Uncle Dibbz. Next 30 minutes though, that code is over soon. So here, I got my wet ingredients in there, and I'm just giving it a nice mix, just like this. Making sure all that flavor is in all those nooks and crannies of the catfish. Like I told y'all before, I got my fish fry back here too as well, with just equal parts cornmeal and flour. If you just want to use your own regular fish fry, that's fine. But you know, I like taking things, making it a little bit more personal, you know what I mean? So I'm doing it my way. Appreciate everybody following, sending gifts. My gift to y'all is going to UncleDibbz.com and put in that your email for that TikTok 150K giveaway I'm doing next week. So go to UncleDibbz.com, make sure you follow me so you know when the giveaway happens. Hit the link in my bio at UncleDibbz.com and put your email in for that giveaway, all right? So this is what the fish looks like right here. Nice and flavorful, right? So the flavor doesn't stop with that. We're gonna also flavor our flour, okay? And our cornmeal mixture, our dry mix. So I'm just gonna take some more of that King Creole blend that we talked about before. I'm gonna put that all up in there. Make sure it's nice and flavorful. And then, easy. Just gonna give this a nice little mix right here. Like I said, if you wanna use your own fish fry, that's fine, but honestly, you guys see all this inflation and shrinkflation that's going on. It's best that you just take stuff and make it your own at your own house, because you can measure it and honestly get your money's worth. I see you, Johnny. They're on the way, Taste. They are on the way. Appreciate that order. They are on the way. If you're trying to order my seasonings, today's the perfect day to do it. It's National Catfish Day. We're celebrating. Use that code CATFISH30 at checkout, all right? CATFISH30, one word. All right, I got my oil over here too as well. You're gonna wanna keep your oil somewhere between 350 and 375 for this fry. And I am perfectly in that zone. So what I'm gonna do now is coat these fish fillets, these catfish fillets. Appreciate that order, Trucker. Trucker said he's got his variety package the other day. Can't wait to use it. Thank you, Trucker. I'm glad that you got the seasonings. So I can't wait for you to enjoy it. If you cook, make sure you tag me in whatever that you make, because I would love to see what you're creating in your kitchen too as well. I see y'all, Louisiana checking in. I see y'all. So right now I'm getting gloved up because I'm staying protected, okay? I got my catfish right here. All I'm gonna do is put my catfish coated in my dry mix, just like this, y'all. Throw it right in there. Get that flour all up in those crevices. Make sure you press that flour mixture all into those little crevices that you might not see from the naked eye, but that's why you gotta get in there with your hands and feel it, okay? Because you want that crunch to be throughout the catfish, okay? You can do this. You can take the same method and apply it with chicken or whatever you're frying. you got to get real personal with your food sometimes, especially when you're in your own kitchen. You got to get up in there and get to know it. Shout out to Boston, Rodney. I appreciate the love. H-Town, Massachusetts in here. Oh, we can do something about that. If you're going to come in my kitchen and try to tell me what I need to be doing or how I should talk or how I should operate my own show, you could be gone, all right? I don't play that. There's too much crazy stuff going on in this world for you to come in my kitchen and tell me what I need to be doing or what I don't need to be doing, all right? Usually my Saturday lives go pretty smooth, but Saturday, I don't know. He must have had a bad week. Tuesdays, they get cracking. You know, people still on that Monday hangover or whatever the case may be. But don't come into my kitchen trying to tell me anything about what I need to do or how I need to do it. You understand? But we ain't going to give that much attention to the negativity because we about to eat this catfish. When someone comes in the kitchen like that, you know what that means? That just means they're hungry or they're hangry. You know, they're not eating good. They're still sitting in them drive-through lines. They're still wasting their money eating bad food. Look at that. That's what you want it to look like. That's what you want your catfish to look like. Exactly, bossy. No energy for negativity at all. That's what you want your catfish to look like, all right? And then sometimes you see people just throw it right in the fryer right after they're done doing the batter. I like to let mine sit a little bit so that flour, that fish fry, can adhere to the fish so it can stay nice and well coated throughout the frying process. So all you gotta do is get you a little cooling rack like I just showed you. And then you just let it sit to the side. And this will be a good time if your oil isn't at temp or if it's like mine, it's a little too hot, so I'm about to turn it down a little bit. This is a good time just to do other things, maybe clean up some messes that you might have made, or block some people if they're coming in your kitchen talking that crap. Thank you, Shell. Listen, much love to everyone showing love. You know, I'm not gonna let one monkey stop the show. Exactly. I don't know if you can't cook at all. If you can or can't cook, it is what it is. But a lot of the times, if you're not eating good, you'll be in a bad mood too. And then you'll come on someone's live on Saturday morning who's just cooking catfish and spread some negativity. It's not like I'm having a debate show up here. This isn't Meet the Press. We're just cooking catfish. How can you be mad at that? So these are my two fillets here, right, y'all? This is all we got right here, all right? So if you're just now tuned in, all I did, I took the catfish, I put some hot sauce, some mustard, and my Uncle Dibbz King Creole blend, which you can get for 30% off, plus all my other seasonings for 30% off. Use the code CATFISH30. Mix that on up right here in this bowl. And then I did a 50 equal parts cornmeal and flour mixture. And I seasoned it up also with that King Creole blend. That's how I made my dry ingredients. I got my catfish all ready for the fryer. I got my grease coming to temp right now. Any questions so far before I get the snap, crackle, and popping over here? I'm cooking catfish today because it is National Catfish Day. At least in America. I don't know, do they eat catfish anywhere else in the world, or is that just a down south thing or an American thing? I mean, I know down south does it the best. What does catfish taste like? Sorry, it might be a stupid question. There's no stupid questions in my kitchen. Catfish can be prepared several different ways. You can get it fried. You can get it blackened. It just depends on how it's prepared and how it's seasoned. But I'm gonna tell you how my catfish tastes because I use this Louisiana-inspired King Creole blend on mine. It tastes great. It makes you feel like, wow, I'm glad I came to his kitchen today to get some of this food if somebody's using this. But honestly, blackened, fried, however you like it, Catfish is amazing white fish. So if you had any type of white fish before, you understand that it has that real kind of light flavors and everything like that. When it comes down to it, what seasonings you put on it is what influences the flavor. Any other questions? I wouldn't temp in the center of the pan, even if it's cast iron. I feel you. I mean, that's just how I do it. I've been doing it for years, and I haven't burnt nothing, so it works for me. Fried is the way to go. Fried is the way to go today, but I can do blackened too as well. But when it comes down to it, either way, that's good, shawty. That's all you got to say at the end. I love the King Creole blend. Your brine seasoning is the best. My family loves it. Who said that? Thank you, Boy Drummery. Thank you. I appreciate that. That top of the line brine, limited time only. It is back for that delicious fried chicken. I know y'all seen that fried chicken video I posted the other day. A lot of people are saying, for 4 hours for fried chicken? Listen, you can go to the Popeyes drive-thru, but I went to the Popeyes drive-thru the other day, and the wings are the size of my pinky now. That's what I talk about shrinkflation. The wings aren't even wings no more. They're wingettes. They're trying to hoodwink us over at Popeyes. So I said, you know what? I'm not even dealing with that no more. All I'm gonna do is make my own chicken. I even took a whole bird and chopped it up and did my thing. Yes, if you want to try my seasonings, this is the perfect day to do it. Use that code CATFISH30 at UncleDibbz.com. You can even get my brand new Bussin' Barbecue line, Bussin' Barbecue rubs, including my Memphis, Texas, and Carolina varieties. Also, for those that are watching their salt intake, I got my BB salt free. BB, you want to come say hello? She says she's not camera ready. I got my mom over here. She's visiting me out here in Texas for the weekend. This is named after her, BB salt free, and 20% of each of these sales of this BB salt free seasoning goes to the American Heart Association. My mom had a heart surgery prior to the pandemic, and around the same time as when I was creating my blends. I wanted to make something that she could use so she could support her son, right, Mom?
Right, son.
Exactly. Do I take food stamps? I do not take food stamps, but I think at the grocery store they can. So if you want to cook your food, we can work it out like that. Yes, the salt free is called BB salt free. It comes in 2 varieties, Big BB and Little BB. Either way, all flavor, no salt, so you can get your cooking on without worrying about your salt intake. All right, y'all, enough with the talking. Let's get the frying. So very simple, y'all. Very simple. Just like you learned in school, or just like your mama taught you, we're just gonna put these in the fryer. Keep your oil between 350 and 375. I like to start it at 375 just to kind of get a head start on that cool down that comes. All you're gonna do is throw these right in there. Make sure you lay them away from you when you're placing them in the fryer so that you don't get no splash on you. And you're just gonna let those rock, okay? Now, unlike fried chicken, fried fish doesn't take long at all. There's no bone in there, so you don't need to go off and do other things. It'll be ready in a flash. I'm gonna stop talking. I just want you to listen to this right now. Just listen to that. I could go to sleep to that. I could put that like a 9-hour loop and just go to sleep to that sound right there. It's like Amazon rainforest, Dirty South edition. You understand what I'm saying? Appreciate that, boy. The big chili style for all your chili. I've even used the big chili style. He's talking about this seasoning right here. I've even used it on chicken. I did my chicken limeade with this. I was just messing around in the kitchen. Absolutely amazing. So I appreciate that. If you're just now watching, we're celebrating National Catfish Day. Making some fried catfish because it's special, all right? I understand this is a very healthy dish, so we can't eat too much of it. But since it's National Catfish Day, we're celebrating today, so that's what we're doing. Use that code CATFISH30 for 30% off all my seasonings. The seasoning we're using on this dish here is called King Creole Blend. I tried the salmon recipe on the grill. Hold on, y'all. Y'all really coming with these questions. I tried the salmon recipe on the grill, man. It was a hit. Thank you. Thank you, T-Rob. I'm glad everybody enjoyed it. So I could, but please don't fall asleep. Happy Catfish Day. I'm not going to fall asleep, y'all. Trust me. The smell is definitely keeping me up. How many minutes per side? Honestly, you just got to eyeball it. Right now, I can see the bottom starting to harden up a little bit, so I would go no more than like 5 minutes per side. But honestly, cooking, especially on stovetops, grills, and everything, you just got to feel it. You know what I mean? You got to feel it. It's not like baking where you got to use math and science and stuff like that. You just got to use your eyes, your heart, your nose, and your ears. That's really the best way to do it. Thank you. Chicken limeade recipe. One of my favorites to do on the grill. I did that last week. I did a little cookout for some folks. We had that chicken limeade. I used boneless chicken thighs, and it was an absolute hit. All right, y'all. So we're almost done with this catfish. So like I told y'all before, when I'm done cooking this, the code is over with. Matter of fact, I'm gonna shout out some people that have been using this code. Also, make sure you enter my 150K TikTok giveaway. Go to my site, UncleDibbz.com. The link is in my bio. Put your email in and you are entered. Make sure you follow so you know when I do the giveaway next week. Wink, wink. UncleDibbz.com, 150K follower TikTok giveaway. My thank y'all to y'all. Put your email in, and then while you're there, use the code CATFISH30 for 30% off seasonings, all these, including this King Creole blend that I'm using right now on this beautiful catfish for National Catfish Day. Catfish 30, one word, CATFISH 30. I work for FedEx in Pennsylvania. Want to have some barbecue. What would be the best barbecue joint to order from? What part of Pennsylvania? Western Pennsylvania or Eastern Pennsylvania? Because I know some spots out west near Pittsburgh. If it's sold out, that means you got to hurry up. If anything's sold out, make sure you subscribe so you know when I restock. But I'm trying to tell y'all. All right, y'all. I'm about to flip this catfish right now. Oh yeah, this is looking great. This is looking great. I wish TikTok had that scratch and sniff feature because y'all would love what I'm smelling right now. Y'all would love to smell what I'm cooking right now. Yes, if you took advantage of that Juneteenth deal that boy is talking about, that's because he's on the email list. That's because he knows what's going on. So make sure you subscribe to the email list. All right, let me see who's taking advantage of this Catfish 30 deal. I'm gonna shout y'all out right now. I see y'all, I see y'all, I see y'all. Who's taking advantage? Who's taking advantage? I see you, John. I see you, Manuel, Amina, Julian. Everybody's taking advantage of that Catfish 30 deal. All my seasonings from my salt-free to my brand new barbecue blends. BB salt-free on the healthy side of the game. We all know 4th of July is coming up next week. You're gonna be grilling, right? You're gonna be doing some cooking. You might as well bring the flavor to the cookout, all right? No one wants to have a flavorless cookout. So make sure you check out those new grill packs, those new grill kits that I have, where you get my Memphis, Texas, and Carolina busted barbecue blends, busted barbecue rubs, my Dirty Bird rub, my Jerk Nice Spice, and my Texas steak rub. You're guaranteed to have an amazing cookout, no matter what you're celebrating, no matter when you're cooking out. I don't need a holiday to cook out. I'll do it whenever. Every day is a holiday. Hey, cooking fish in the house. Let me give you a tip. Actually, my mom's here. This is what she used to do when she used to fry fish in the house. She used to take, after she was done frying, what she would do, she would take like some lemon, what you used to put in, nutmeg, cinnamon, yes, allspice, all those fragrant spices, put them in pretty much that same dish that you fried in, right? Yeah. Put some water in there, get it boiling, and it'll just create this nice aroma that kills all that fish smell. I really hate frying in the food, chicken, fish, I don't care what it is. I really don't like frying in the house for that same reason. But also, you got to wipe down everything that's after you're done cooking. All this splattering and everything, you can't just let that sit there or else it's going to start to stink. So you got to wipe down everything too as well. So that's a little tip that I learned from my mom growing up. My mom's watching. She doesn't want to be on camera right now because she's not camera ready, as she says. But you know, she looks beautiful to me every day. Isn't that right, Mom?
Thank you, son.
Thank you. I'm in Texas. Is this one in stores? It's not in stores right now, but you can get it right at UncleDibbz.com. Since you're in Texas, it'll get to you right away. So use that code Catfish30 and you're good to go. Rosa said, good mom, she knows. I want to try your hot honey lemon pepper lobster, just waiting on the Atlanta lemon pepper hot to be sent. Got it. Thank you for that order, Johnny. All right, y'all. This catfish is looking lovely and amazing. I'm gonna give y'all a little sneak peek right now. How many pieces do you want, Mom?
I'll take 2.
There's only 2.
Oh, 1.
You want 1? All right, she'll give it 1. Someone said, "Oh, just cut onion and put that in the grease. It cuts down the smell." I didn't know that. That's nice. See, I love to share these tips. I love to share these tips because we're all cooks, chefs, whatever the case may be. But with that being said, if you have any tips that you want to share that you can give me, some constructive tips, this is a forum for that. So please feel free to share. Please feel free to share. What's going on? I'm actually frying with canola oil right now. I don't fry with olive oil. I use pretty much canola or peanut. And that's really what gets me where I need to get going, all right? All right, y'all, we're about to take this fish out. And we're about to see the real way to celebrate National Catfish Day. Once again, use that code Catfish30. We got about 5 more minutes left on that code, y'all. And you'll be good to go, y'all. All right, y'all, I'm about to plate these for you. Matter of fact, let me see if I can show this to y'all. So you got that crunch right there. Catfish. I wish every day was National Catfish Day because honestly, who cannot appreciate a nice piece of fried catfish? Let me turn off my oil. And then, Mom, I'm gonna let you do the lemon and the cinnamon and nutmeg and all that so we can get that smell up out of here, okay? Deal? Is that deal? I'm cooking.
I got you.
All right, appreciate it. All right, y'all. I'm gonna let that cool down. I'm gonna clean up a little bit before I dive off into this catfish. Does anybody have any questions about what we did here today? Anybody have any questions, y'all? Please let me know. Yes, so let me just give y'all the process again in case you just now tuned in. What I did, I had my catfish fillets. I just had a bowl. I just took a bowl, put my fillet in there, my 2 catfish fillets in there. I put some hot sauce, which I put this Louisiana hot sauce right up in there. I put some yellow mustard as well. All this is just a little bit of a binder and a flavor activator. And then I came with that King Creole blend, which you can get from UncleDibbz.com. Right now, for the next 5 minutes, use the code Catfish30 for 30% off, y'all, for National Catfish Day. Mix that on up. I did an equal parts flour and cornmeal mixture. Mix that on up. And then once again, added some more King Creole blend, which you can get from UncleDibbz.com. Dredged, let it sit for about 5 minutes, 10 minutes. We had to do a little bit quicker turnaround because we're on live. But I would love to have had that sit for about 20 minutes just so that flour cornmeal mix, that fish fry mix could just adhere to the fish nice and proper. But we're here live on TikTok, so we don't got time to wait 20 minutes. Did that. Fried my fish between 350 and 375. I got my grease, my canola oil, up to 375. Naturally, with the fish in there, it's going to come down to about 350, and that's just how you want it. You can eat this with the bread. You can eat it as is. You can put this on a salad. You can do whatever you want with it. With all that being said, we did this all for National Catfish Day. Once again, all my seasonings are available right now at UncleDibbz.com, including that delicious fried chicken. I know y'all see me post yesterday or the day before. Get that Dirty Bird rub. And you can get that for 30% off. Use the code CATFISH30. Yeah, I'm going to eat some. I'm letting it cool down, y'all. You want me to burn my tongue? All right. I like a little lemon and a little hot sauce with mine. So what I'm going to do, I'll cut up a little lemon. I'm not going to take the whole piece because I know my mom wants some too as well. So I'm just going to show y'all how I like to get down with mine. I'm just going to grab a little piece off over here. Let me get this little piece right here. I just split it in half for my mom. All I like to do is this right here. Take a little lemon, just like that, a little acid. Then I like to take a little hot sauce. We had a little hot sauce debate on here earlier. Y'all see that juicy inside right there? Give me a little fork or something. Break right through that right there. And then, honestly, y'all, do I really need to say much more? Where are the pickles? No pickles with my catfish, sorry. I like it just as is. Nice and flavorful, nice and crunchy. Here we go. That's good, shorty. All I needed was that King Creole blend, y'all. I got my catfish, I got my hot sauce, I got my lemon. Ma, you're gonna love this.
I can't wait.
You're gonna love this, Mom. Got my mom visiting from Miami. Her last day in Texas, so I want to make something special for her. But honestly, this catfish is absolutely, I'm gonna give this rest of this to my mom so she can have a little bit too, because she's been watching me eat this. Y'all, that's good, shawty. So easy, so simple, so good. King Creole blend, use that code CATFISH30. I'm at 20 past the hour, I'm cutting off the code, so go to UncleDibbz.com right now. Use that code. My mom's gonna make some coleslaw for a side, so we're gonna get it cracking. But for right now, all these seasonings, y'all, get them for 30% off. Use the code CATFISH30 for the next 5 minutes at UncleDibbz.com so you can get some flavor in your kitchen, on your grill, and everything else. Thank y'all for watching. What's up, Atlanta? My hometown. I'm Mr. A. Shout out to everybody in Texas. Shout out to everybody that was watching from New York, from Massachusetts, from North Carolina, from Mississippi, from Louisiana. Much love to all of y'all. Listen, I'm just trying to break home cooking great again. That's all I'm trying to do, okay? So I thank y'all for watching, keeping it positive, keeping it nice, and just before we leave, I'm just gonna do a little replay, live replay of that right there. A little fumble on the play, it's all good, I caught it. That's good, shawty. 4 more minutes. Use that code CATFISH30, 30% off. Much love to y'all. Y'all be safe this weekend.